Greetings, my fellow duplicants. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Badlands episode 23, which originally streamed live on Twitch. Alright, let's see. You can carry... Where's your carry weight? Properties. You could carry 720 kilograms, and you've been carrying 5 to 30 kilograms at a time. It's like you're maliciously compliant with your job. Oh, I'm hauling 5 out of 720 kilograms per haul, but it's technically still hauling. I don't want any of these. Ugh. You don't get paid enough to do it? Yeah, true. You're not getting paid at all, so fair point. Whatever came of those hatches? Let me see. Do we still have hatch eggs? Because I don't want them to... No, we don't. Oh, I was already tracking it too. Did I stick the hatch eggs? Yes, I did. I stuck them in a box and they cracked. Alright, let's not do that again. I think it's a relatively reasonable way to get the nutrients we need could just be from ranching. I should compost some seeds? Yeah, probably. Probably. Although I half expect chat to vote for me to set up a new source of food to change over from mealwood to something else. Which is why I haven't really started composting just yet. Yeah, I probably do have more mealwood seeds than I'll ever use. That's a fair point. I'm just looking at what other work jobs there are, whether I should compost those seeds or not. So if I was to compost those seeds, let's go ahead and stick a box here to centralize where all of our mealwood seeds are, so I can get a good idea of how many that is. Alright, come on. Start sweeping the soil. Please. And then here, in the other boxes, go find mealwood seeds. Remove it. And all the mealwood seeds have been dropped. And haul it. Some of the things I've just queued to haul can't be hauled anywhere because I'm not storing arbor acorns or anything like that. Another thing I haven't checked in a while is temperature. Base is not currently experiencing heat death, although it is a little bit warmer here where the sieve is, no surprise. Really? No oil delivered so far? I feel like I'm just getting trolled at this point. Yeah, so it was a snow biome. I know I've set too many things as 9, so 9 is now a meaningless number, I think is the problem. And they're just planning on moving the seeds. I'm staring at Wheezewort. What do you mean there's no seeds? Yeah. Yeah, game. Can't trick me. Are the filters set correctly? Let's see. Crude oil. I would say they are. I could set it to 9. Just yet another 9 in my giant long list of 9s. So that would be all the mealwood seeds now in this box. And compost. Let's set a new hotkey for the natural gas area, so I can keep track of it. Set to 4. I mean, it's a long travel time, so it's going to take a while. I think that's probably the problem. Over here, what I'm doing is I'm just setting up a way to get rid of the chlorine. So, if it's chlorine, I'll just dump it below. As long as it's not overpressurized down here. It's not. Because chlorine is settling out in the bottom, and then hydrogen obviously settling at the top. So if I go to the gas overlay here, let's see. What leaks have I had? Little bit of hydrogen there, a little bit of hydrogen here and here that are stuck. It would filter upwards if it could. It doesn't have a line of sight. And that's the only gas leaks other than the chlorine, so hopefully this quick pump setup will help to get rid of all the chlorine that I don't want. Oh yeah, I could drop it to the space vent. That's true. All right. That's just a side project. I'm not really focusing on that much. Oil? None. Oil swept? None. I'm going to try to cancel as much of the non-oil over here as possible. I'll just sweep a small amount of it. Sweep. Sweep. Alright, that should be enough for the liquid lock. And someone's actually coming down here. I see you. No, that was granite! Why? Okay, chemo. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank God. Some progress will be made today. Bad man grabs granite. So this here should be filtering for chlorine. And then if it's not chlorine, just dump it. And I now have some basic rocketry. Right on. Hey, poetic artist. And yeah, there's the start of the liquid lock for crude. A very humble start. Very humble start. There's probably better things to do. Well, no. Honestly, there's better things to do than that plastic ladder. Let's not bother with that. How's my water going? Looks a little low, but not frighteningly low. It's because of all the research I've been doing. And with rocketry done, I don't really need multiplexing. I don't need beach chair or pixel or monuments. I don't need surfboard. I'll get robotic tools. Alright, this is all set? I'm just gonna assume it is. What could go wrong, right? Seems fine. There's still a bit of chlorine here. As soon as the chlorine sort of nudges over here to... I guess I could keep it cycled. Hey, Byron. Thanks for gifting out subs. Cheers, dude. My confused face. All right, we've got... Oh, there's chlorine right there. Oh, no. Get it. All right, I think I'm done with the chlorine, right? Yeah, I'm done with chlorine. Perfect. Then this whole thing can get broken down. All that work. I guess I could have left it there if there was ever other chlorine leaks. But I'm not going back and fixing that. Too lazy. So here's the oil I want to move to the lock. Sorry for making you dizzy. Kept hitting the wrong hotkeys. Oh, right, and this project. All right, make sure that there's nothing... I guess I won't destroy background tiles, so let's just destroy buildings. And the purpose of this is so that the carbon dioxide can not be so trapped. Sounds like we have a new printable, too. So what is it? Suit wearing, digging, ranching? Supplying, decorating, ranching, or researching, rather. I don't love any of them. I don't really need sandstone, but whatever. Give me the sandstone. Gonna do a giant... I love how it's a marble block made of granite, but a giant marble block for the artwork. Did we actually do the other? Yeah, we did the other art. So that means... Oh, yeah. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. It wouldn't hurt me to go a little... Oops, that's floating. To go a little crazy here until I know what I'm doing with these rooms. Because I definitely have a lot of marble. Make it green. Oil lock. Still not done. Someday. Someday. Your bases are always so ugly. I mean, if you can afford the morale hit for being ugly, be ugly. I probably don't need as much art as I just added, but I want it. So I'm making it. Where is Viper anyway? I don't even know where Viper is. Viper's our resident. Oh, here he is. Yep, his next task is decorate. 10 or more. So I'm just trying to gussy up the base a little bit. It's definitely working. Obviously, the storage area is hideous, and maybe I have some sort of future unified storage area, but don't have that now. We are at max critters here in the ranch, so I got to be mindful of that. Our plastic's going up. We're about 1,200 plastic, which is pretty good. And the crude oil liquid lock is still not locked, so do we need oil for it? Maybe. Sweepy dock is done. If I have to, I could tap into some additional oil. We'll see if it's necessary. This is like the slowest power production ever, I realize. But I got sidetracked 10 times over. And where is Viper? Viper, my friend, why don't I see you decorating? Because I gave you a sweep 9, I'm guessing? Yeah, that's why. Here we go. Finally smart. Oh, no, there was already art over here. It's a pretty significant boon. Can't believe I still haven't really resolved that pocket. Even getting rid of the chlorine, we still have a carbon pool here. I mean, you could see it actually dropping. This carbon pool is mostly just from the sleepers. This is like their sleeping breath pooling below. It's not doing any harm, so I can ignore it. Alright, crude oil. Oh, have we done it? No, I don't know. Maybe? We've done it! Okay, let's go to the natural gas. Or, before we do that, let's go ahead and set up a cheap pump. Where we just pull and make this here vacuum. So, how much power am I using on this line? Oh, only about 400 watts? That's nothing. Whee! All right. Getting a renewable source of natural gas will be quite the boon to our power grid, not having to be beholden to coal, like I said before. I'm really honestly looking forward to. Hey, Thanatos! Cheers! Another denizen of the other underworld. Denizen. I spilled my coffee. Well, cheers anyway. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, in Greek mythology, Rhadamant was a judge of the dead. And, well, if any of you have played Hades, you probably know who Thanatos is. Thanatos was death incarnate. Kind of. How's that decorating going? I know this wasn't voted on, but, oh man, is it nice. No regrets. So now we're running out the power line for the pump. And then once we get that going, what are we even doing with the rest of the oil? Let me cancel this sweep because there's nowhere to even put it. And research for robotic tools are done. So the robo-miners. Awesome. What else do I need? Renewable energy, probably want sooner or later. Pretty much everything up here I'm going to want sooner or later, so that's next on the block. How is my water doing? It's low, but not bad. Alright, it's clean, so let me dump it. I've been very careful with my water. I've not been as careful with my dirt, as you may have noticed. But whatever. So yeah, the oxygen is now backed up entirely. So we do have a backup. The way I set this up is it has backup protection, right? So it doesn't overflow. That's what all of this automation stuff here does. When it's like full, it goes, hey, don't make any more. We can't store anymore. But that means that this system, at least for 6 dupes and the suit docks that I have, produces enough oxygen to oxygenate the entire base, because this entire base reading is basically 1800 kPa or higher, like 2000 in some spots. So basically, perfectly pressurized. Alright, we are vacuum sealing that chamber. I could speed this up a little bit more with manual labor, because I know this is one of these tasks that I'm taking a nice bit long time to do. So I'm just going to start filling it in with walls to push the gas towards the pump. If I was smart, I would put the pump in the middle, rather than on the edge. But I hadn't thought of that. Puppy treats. Surely. Here you go, dude. Ken's DIY and Thumak. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Welcome. Taking a look at skills. I don't believe there's any skills I want to dole out right now. Actually, no. I want everyone to have exosuit wearing. And now they do. Glitch was the only one that didn't. That is probably the one skill that I would say everybody should have. Because it is very nice. And we have we... We've composted most of our seeds. Oh, you want me to pet him too? Does he deserve it though? He does. Building, decorating, tidying, ranching, cooking, decorating, operating, or a Volpup. Sorry, Volpup. You don't deserve this. You deserve better. But chemo's gonna turn you into barbecue. I'll leave his cam on a bit. So is this vac? Nope, not vacuum yet. It's down to micrograms, so it shouldn't be too long. Torilla, I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. So once we tap this, I'll probably want to store the natural gas in a natural gas storage area so that I can have a nice big pool of it to draw from for power generation. And this granite area is probably as good a place as any, which actually means that this area here is probably going to want to be vacuum sealed so that I can have like a natural gas only area. Well, let's get one little part of this at a time. The other thing I'm slightly worried about is running out of salt. I am keeping my eye on salt. Rust is easy to come by. This horrible biome is quite literally full of rust. But salt, not so much. You guys are cramped, aren't you? Let me call the old. Or the recently shorn. And make some omelets of the others. What are we using salt for? To produce oxygen, interestingly enough. We have these rust deoxidizers, which uses salt and rust to produce oxygen, chlorine, and iron. And I go through quite a bit of salt in order to produce the oxygen for the base. Are there any alternatives to producing salt? Yeah, the salt water. The problem, of course, is that I don't really have a place to put the water of the salt water to pull the water out and keep the salt. So, you know, that was another project that was proposed to try to figure out how to feed this water that is now chilled back into our filtration for me to drink it. That would be a rather large project, so I'm not about to start that without the proper polling. Or Dasha salt vines, yeah. So the Dasha salt vines are these things. So if you take a look, they get fed a supply of chlorine. They need an atmosphere of chlorine, and they produce salt. So they consume small amounts of chlorine gas and form sodium deposits as they grow, producing harvestable salt. That would be another project that could be proposed for me to make salt, to have Dasha salt vine farms. Renewable energy is now done, so that gives me solar and steam. Let's work on... If I'm getting natural gas, let's work on gourmet meal production, or preparation. So the gourmet meal preparation uses natural gas in its natural gas furnace. And we're done here. So we are good to dig this out. Because it is, it's nice and vacuum. Hey, back road. How's the driving been, buddy? Hope not too much traffic for you. And thank you for the resub. So there it is, the natural gas geyser. I'm going to try to sweep this up as fast as I can so that it's just natural gas in here. I'm going to analyze it so I know its eruption and dormancy patterns. And I believe it's producing natural gas for us already. Old faithful. Reliable as ever. Hey, a deposit of salt. Awesome. So it's emitting natural gas at about a half a kilogram per second at 150 Celsius, which is obviously hot. It erupts. Its active period requires analysis, but erupts 161 seconds every 437. And I am going to want a place to put this. Actually, I don't need to put it anywhere. I am going to set it up to be stored in a large tank. Then I'm also going to want insulation tiles. Here, let me nudge that downwards. Insulation tiles so that it doesn't get so hot in here. Limiting its temperature bleeding. Although it's pretty far physically from our base. So there's not too much of a threat of that, but still. Then airflow tiles here. And more gas reservoirs. So the concept here is just let it erupt. Let it erupt into this room, and then use a pump to pressurize these tanks here so that I can use the gas for power generation once I have that part of the setup done. So probably set up power generation. One of the beautiful things about that system is that the natural gas generators have a byproduct of polluted water. So it produces carbon dioxide, which I will dump to space. It obviously produces a considerable amount of heat, so that's a bit of a problem. But it also produces polluted water, which allows us to produce water from this natural gas. So it's yet another way for us to feed water to our water-starved colony. I would say, actually, water is kind of an abundant resource now that we have the water geyser, the salt water geyser, and now the natural gas. Wherever it is. It's right here. Oh, you are going to be stuck. You get a weak signal when you're on the road, so it's hard to connect to Twitch. Yeah, I can't imagine trying to watch a stream on my phone. That would drive me a little bonkers. So thank you for attempting. Okay, so this is just about analyzed. Done. And now I know its activity period. Awesome. So we'll get the gas storage chamber complete. It should be pure natural gas because I really haven't had any gas leaks due to the airlock. And then we'll start to fill the tanks, and then I'll be able to use the tanks to produce power. Hey, I see you, Weezewort. I can't help but to go for a Weezewort. What kind of swag did I find in the ruins? So there's a bed in this ruin. I haven't claimed yet. I found 2 Vaxes, so I found, I mean, these are old ruins, but this one, and then there was another one. Yeah, where was it? Over here. I haven't gone in here yet. I really haven't been ruin spelunking just because it hasn't been a priority. Hey, my catch basin's working. Nice. Grabbing that water before it goes down to the oil biome. Hey, Sleepy. Thanks for the resub. 20 full months. The 20-month marker. And then I already know where the top ruins are. The Gravitas construction, or whatever it's called, up here. Because I can see the bottom of the monument. Printables. Wow, I hate all 3 of you. Oxalate. Why not? So at this point, I no longer have any dirt. So fertilization has come to a halt, unless I go above and beyond out of my way to dig up some dirt, which there really much isn't much of it. There's a half a quarter ton there, a teeny bit here. It's unreachable. I can fix that. So yeah, there's not a lot of dirt left on the map tile for me to fertilize my mealwood. So that's going to be probably somewhat important to resolve. Another thing that might be something I want to resolve is putting a top suit dock, because right now everything that I dig around here is part of the colony, which I guess is fine because I really haven't hit any weird biomes or anything like that, but I might want to be careful about that. So coming into here where there's oxygen and water is fine, and I'm coming over this way because there's dirt for me to exploit, just to satisfy my need for a little bit more fertilization until we actually solve that long term. Short on dirt only because of the biome that I'm in. Yeah, the Badlands biome doesn't really have a lot of dirt. It has a lot of stone, obsidian, granite, igneous, that kind of stuff. So very, very easy to run out in Badlands. Without dirt, doesn't my glossy farm die? Yes, it would. Yep. Well, not exactly. I mean, if you look at their diets here, they could eat bristle blossoms, which is fertilized with the water instead of dirt. So it's possible that I just have to change it over to bristle blossom farm instead of a mealwood farm. But unless I did some changes to it, yes, they would die. But they're not really at risk of dying just yet. Okay, there is gourmet meal prep. I'll do food prep for the juicer. And let me go around the base and make sure that the 9s that I have aren't... that they make sense. Make sure that I don't have, like, a... over priority. So there's the gas range. You feed it natural gas and power, and then with a natural gas intake, and it allows you to make some really nice foods, but it does outgas carbon dioxide and produce a lot of heat. Kills germs though. Kind of nice for luxury meals. I'm not going to be setting myself up with one of those anytime soon, but it's something that could be done sometime in the future with relative ease. Now I have a supply of natural gas. So now I'm just waiting on, I don't even know why I built a second pump. I had a pump right here. But now I'm just waiting on them finishing up this natural gas storage area. And I'll be pretty good to go. To at least store it. So one of the reasons why I'm storing it, if you're wondering, and not just pumping it to a big chamber is, A, you need to actually feed it through ventilation pipes to the power generators, so just putting it in one big chamber doesn't really help. And then another reason is the gas exists where the gas reservoirs are, so it's like a way to like double the volume. It's also why I added the airflow tiles here, so that the gas can exist where the airflow tiles are as well, so that the total volume of this room is higher. You know, I could even add airflow tile, well, here, I guess. But yeah, it's increasing the total volume of the room so that I can maximize my gas storage. And now if I turn on the... Oh, that doesn't have power. What? Hypothetically... Wait, why doesn't it have power? Oh, because I cut it. Yeah, that makes sense. I cut the power. And then all these tanks are in sequence, so it will fill 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. And then this tank is closest to the exit and ready to deliver the natural gas to wherever it needs to go. Meaning that at this point, I pick up a insulated pump, or insulated piping. And I can deliver it to wherever it needs to be. Maybe putting it through a shutoff valve that I can control via automation, so that if I want to shut off the gas, I can do it really, really easily with just a switch. The amount of, like, vast nothing that this bio has is really depressing. Just giant swaths of nothing granite blobs. Oh, man. Resource scarcity, very real. Alright, so then now we take a look, and the gas is going to fill. I'll leave this up a minute so you can actually see how it works. Are those the boulders? Yeah. The ones that have obsidian in them are boulders. And then the gas stocks here are ready to be delivered to its final destination. Awesome. Looking good. There's another ruin down there. I will... Yeah, I'll just dig this ladder down and explore it. So there's the juicer that I unlocked. Valve miniaturization. Now that I have plastic, I can have mini valves if I want them. That will be next. Oh, look at all this dirt delivery. And cheese, I'm going to give you super hard digging. Let's also change your hat to super hard digging hat. You're the only one that will have it. How very unique of you. Can never go wrong exploring ruins. I agree with that. Oh, and here is... So here's an obsidian boulder, a small one. And I will cut across and get the Wheezewort. Wheezeworts are fantastic early game heat mitigation. So I spend a considerable amount of effort headhunting Wheezeworts in order to keep the base from becoming like heat death. So it's kind of warm here. And it's kind of warm here. Definitely getting warm around the power. That is no surprise, but we already have Wheezeworts sort of working on that. And then this boiling oil pot releasing some real nasty heat around here. It might be something I want to engineer for, to vacuum seal it. But that didn't get voted on, and that would be a rather... It would require some effort and work, so... I'm not going to start that project unless it gets voted on. Hey, the pool of carbon dioxide is sort of removed. And one thing that I haven't checked back in for a bit is the decoration. So yeah, you can see a huge swath of this base is remarkably pretty. I like it. Camila Sterling. Yeah, I have a new miniseries marathon proposed pretty soon. Just like the Dwarven ones were. So that will be kicking off just next week. I'm excited about it. But I'm glad you enjoyed it, and thanks for tuning in. Ah, 2 doors. Looks like it's just lockers in there, though. And then there's Wheezeworts down... Oh, there's a lot of Wheezeworts around here. Holy moly. Wheeze Central. Why not keep any of these shine bugs around? I don't need them. I don't really have any plants that rely upon illumination. And I have need of food. So Wheezeworts are worth more to me... Or not Wheezeworts. Shine bugs are worth more to me as eggs than they are bugs. Wow, that is a lot of wheezes. I didn't realize that the Badlands could get this kind of wheeze density. So I'm not going to waste any time getting in there. I know that's sort of deviating on the plan, but that's going to help out a lot. Should I vacuum seal the oil chamber? Thank you for tuning in to Oxygen Not Included Badlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch March 10th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. Keep in mind that this is a casual series, and I am quite rusty at it. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has the link to Discord, as does the description of this video. I hope to catch you next episode or in an upcoming stream. Farewell.